What's up, guys? Welcome to Demo with Mo. I'm your host, Monique Simmons. We'll be discussing dating, engaged, and married objectives from a young Christian's perspective. Are you guys ready? Let's dive in. Hi, guys. Today's episode is Show Me Love. We'll be discussing the love languages. Let's dive in. Show me love. Today we'll be discussing the 5 love languages. Dr. Gary Chapman wrote this book on different love languages to help you discover your primary love language and how you can use it to better connect with your partner or your spouse. I'm going to put a link to his website and also a link to take the 5 love languages quiz. If you don't already know you or your spouse's love language, this will be a great resource to you to find out ways that your partner and even yourself like to be shown love, or what makes you feel love, or what fills your love cup, as I like to say. The first one we're going to discuss is the words of affirmation. This is any spoken or written words that confirm, support, uplift, and empathize with another person in a positive way. Practical things that you can do if this is your partner's love language. You can write sticky notes. Words are very important. You have to be intentional, meaning you think about what you say before you say it. You don't just throw words out there, because people with this love language, they hold those words to a high esteem. If you say something, they expect you to mean that. It should be sincere. You should set a goal for the day. And I know you probably don't want to hear this like this is something else for you to do, but if this is your partner's love language and your desire is to make them feel loved and you want to have a great relationship, it's something to think of. Set a goal for the day. You say, today I want to tell my partner or my spouse at least 3 times today what they mean to me. I want to make them feel loved in that way. So just set that goal. Even if you miss that goal, that's okay. But set a goal for yourself that day, just so you're intentional in making sure that you show them or give them those words of affirmation. Also, be very specific. Like I said, you have to be sincere in what you say to people that have this love language. Let's say you say, I love you. That's something we love to hear. We love to say, I love you. But with people that have this love language, be specific in why I love you. I love you because of how you treat me. I love you in the way that you take care of our home. I love you in the way that you raise our kids. Be specific with whatever it is that you're saying to them, whatever words you're using to affirm them. Last, compliment them around friends and family. People that have this love language, man, you'll get double the points for this. Me and my husband always say that. You get points, you got points, I got points, you taking away points. Yeah, so you'll get double the points for this. If your partner has this love language, let's say you guys are at a birthday party, or you're celebrating Christmas, or you're at a family gathering, wherever you are where you're around your friends and family, say these positive things about your partner or your spouse. Baby, you look good in that dress. Or, oh, you did a good job on how you prepared dinner. This food is so good. Like, even if you're thinking those things and you're probably saying, I'll tell them tonight after everyone leaves, or, while we're cleaning up alone, I want to encourage you. Do it right then. Do it around your friends and around your family, so that they can know how much you love your partner or how much you love your spouse. And also shows your partner or your spouse how much you really love them as well. The second one, quality time. Showing love and affection by spending dedicated time together with your undivided attention. Things you can do if you have a partner or a spouse that has this love language. Designate specific times for togetherness. Don't get me wrong, especially if you're married. You guys are probably together a lot. You live at home with one another. You may see each other in the morning. You may see each other in the evenings. You go to bed together. Yes, you have that time together, but that's not specific time set aside. If your partner or your spouse have this love language, you have to be intentional about the time that you guys spend together. Maybe you got to plan a date in advance. Maybe you're gonna get a sitter for the kids so the kids aren't around. Or maybe we're gonna put our phones on the charger and we're gonna unplug for a little while. Put our phones on do not disturb, so this time is just for me and you. You have to designate specific time for that togetherness. Ask your partner for a list of 5 activities that they would enjoy doing with you. This is going to be a big one for you because a lot of times, if you have a partner or spouse that has the love language of quality time, you may feel like you've run out of things to do. I don't know what else we can do. We done been to the movies 100 times. We done been out to eat. What else can we do? I'm running out of options here. So now you put the ball in your partner or your spouse's court. You don't come up with the ideas on this one. Ask them, give me a list of 5 things that you would like to do and that you would enjoy doing with me. So now when they give you those 5 things, you don't have to do all those things in 1 month. Spread it out. If you guys go on weekly date nights, maybe try one of those things every other date night. Or if you guys go on date nights twice a month, whatever your schedule is or how you guys do things, use those practical things that your partner or your spouse told you that they like to do. And now you begin to implement those things in your quality time together. So not only have you set aside time to spend that one-on-one time with them, but you're doing things that they love to do, that they wanted to do with you. That's awesome, man. 3, physical touch. You feel love and express love to others through physical contact. Things you can do if your partner or your spouse has the love language of physical touch. When you're out in public, reach out and grab your partner's hand. When you shop for your partner, look for things that appeal to the sense of touch, like fuzzy socks and fuzzy blankets or the little soft slippers, things that would appeal to that sense of them liking to be touched. Take your partner in your arms. Tell them how much you love them, rub their back, and just move on. Don't try to make it lead to anything else. If this is your partner or your spouse's love language, at this moment, you're not trying to make it lead to anything else. I just wanted to show you how much I love you by taking you in my arms and holding you tight and just saying how much you mean to me, how much I love you, and then you go on about the rest of your day. If this is your partner or your spouse's love language, you're going to be on their mind the rest of the day, because now you just tapped in to what shows them love, what shows them that you really love them, that they mean a lot to you. That simple moment. Another thing, if you guys go to church together, doing prayer, times of prayer during church, grab your partner or your spouse's hand during prayer. Man, you don't know what this could do for your relationship. That simple act of love. That may not be your thing, but because it's your partner or your spouse's thing and you love them, now you begin to be intentional to do the things that make them feel love. So touch their hand, grab their hand, let them know you're connecting with them in that way. Even in church, when you guys have family and friends visiting, touch your partner in their presence. Maybe you caress their shoulder or put your hand on their back or just grab their hand as you're walking by or rub their face or rub your fingers through their hair. Those simple acts make them feel love, especially when you guys are in the presence of others. You don't know how much that means to them to know you don't mind showing them in front of anyone how much they mean to you, how much you love them. 4th, acts of service. Physical expression of a thoughtful gesture. Going out of your way to meaningfully help and support the other person. Ways that you can show this. Ask your partner to write a list of the things they consider more important. Meaning, if your partner or your spouse does laundry and they cook dinner and they wash dishes or they have to get the kids' clothes ready for school or for daycare the next day or whatever it is, the list of their duties that they're doing day to day, or even if they have something special coming up that they're getting ready for, ask them to make a list for you of the things that are priority or at the top of their list that they really need your help with, where you can jump on board and get hands in with. Because sometimes you may assume maybe I should help with laundry or maybe I should wash the dishes, but maybe that's not the thing your partner or your spouse needed most help with. You want to help lighten the load. And if laundry wasn't a thing that they needed help with today, maybe they was putting off laundry for a couple days. That's really not going to be sufficient for them. So ask them to write a list of those things that are priority or most important right now at this moment. So that way you're really helping them to lighten the load. You're really taking those things off their plate that they need your assistance with. Also, you can write them a letter or a sticky note saying, I will show you my love by doing blank. Whatever that is for you, you fill in the blank. I'm going to show you my love by cooking dinner tonight. Man, do you imagine how your partner or your spouse would feel if they woke up that morning and maybe you left that sticky note on the refrigerator or the bathroom mirror saying, I want to show you my love by cooking dinner for you. That's one less thing they got to worry about when they get off work. Or if they don't work and they're a stay-at-home parent, that's just one less thing on their plate. They can focus on something else instead of preparing dinner for that night. Or you say, I will show you my love by cleaning out your truck tonight when I get off work. That's one less thing on their plate. They've been aggravated by every time they get in their car and it's so dirty and they wish it was clean and they wish they had time to take it through the car wash, but they don't. Now that's one less thing that they have to worry about. My partner or my spouse is going to take care of that for me. Or if you guys are just dating and you're not married and living together, you could even say, I will show you my love by taking you out for lunch today. On your break at work, I'm going to take you out to lunch today. So you don't have to worry about trying to figure out what you're going to eat, worry about spending any money today. That's one less thing for you. Or I'm going to show you my love today by running by the store and picking up a few groceries for you. We talked last night and I remember you mentioning it was a few things you were lacking at home and you hadn't had a chance to go to the store. Well, this is something that I'm going to do for you. I'm going to help you lighten your load by this. You just don't know how something so simple can mean so much. And even if you can't physically go to the store, they have pickups, they have delivery, they have click lists. It's a lot of convenient ways that you can help lighten your partner's load. Also, if you guys have kids, while your spouse is away from the home, get the kids to help you do an act of service for them. Dad is gone to work and you and the kids are at home. Maybe dad had some sticks in the backyard from when he did the yard the day before and he didn't have a chance to finish picking up the sticks or the limbs. You and the kids get out there, pick up the sticks, pick up the limbs, take them to the end of the street for garbage to pick up. Something that simple, if your partner or your spouse has the love language of acts of service, that will mean so much to them because they're probably at work. He's thinking all day, man, I forgot to get them limbs yesterday. I didn't have a chance. I'm really tired. I don't feel like doing it when I get home. And then he pulls up in the driveway and sees that those limbs or those sticks are at the end of the street already. Do you know how much that would mean to him? Do you know how much that would make him feel loved? Just those simple things of speaking to a person's love language. Also, if you're that person that may not have a lot of time, but you have the money and you can afford it, hire someone to do an act of service for your partner or your spouse. Yard work, you can hire someone to come do the yard every week or every 2 weeks. Home cleanings, however that looks for you. Maybe you just need a deep cleaning once a month. They can come in and do these things for you. Laundry service, everyone's laundry is always backed up. It's like a gift that never stops giving. You have laundry every day for the rest of your life, I believe. That's something you can do to lighten that person's load. If you guys can afford it, if you can afford to do it for them, hire someone to come in and do those acts of service for you. When your partner is doing something that they really enjoy, that they really don't have a lot of time to do, like let's say you have a partner or a spouse that works all the time, so they really don't get to watch TV during the week, and maybe they catch up on their favorite shows on the weekend. Run interference. When your parents are calling or those kids want to bother them, you run interference. No, mom is catching up on her shows. She's not going to do that right now. What do you need? I'll take care of it. Or if the parents are calling, maybe answer the phone and say, she's getting some rest right now. Maybe try back calling tomorrow. But run interference because maybe your partner or your spouse doesn't know how to say no. Maybe they're going to answer all the calls. Maybe they want to do everything that the kids want. Maybe they don't take that time for themselves. You run interference and you say, no, you rest today. You catch up on your favorite shows today. You go to the gym today. You enjoy a glass of wine today. Whatever that is for them that makes them wind down and enjoy themselves and, get some rest, you run interference so nothing comes in the way of that. Lastly, receiving gifts. You feel most love when given tangible items. It serves as a gesture of affection and care because it shows the person was thinking about you. Things you can do for your partner or your spouse that has the love language of receiving gifts. For their birthday or anniversary week, you can give small, thoughtful gifts throughout the week. Let's say their birthday is on a Friday. Maybe the Friday before their birthday, you give them something small every day, something small and thoughtful. And it doesn't have to cost a lot of money. You know that your person's favorite candy is Reese's. I want you to, on that first Friday, buy them a pack of Reese's cups. Or their favorite bottle of wine or whatever it is that they like to drink. Maybe on Saturday, you get them their favorite drink. Just small, thoughtful gifts that means so much. You put thought into them. You just didn't run out and just buy anything to give them every day of that week, but you bought things that mean something to them, that was thoughtful. That means you put some thought into it. You remember the things that they enjoyed. You remember the things they like. That means you've been listening to them. You kind of know what they like and what they don't like. A person with this love language, it will make them feel so loved to receive something like that every day during their birthday or their anniversary week. Keep a gift idea notebook. Whenever you hear your partner say they like something, write it down. Y'all, this is probably going to be the best practical thing you can do with somebody that has this love language, because it's hard when you're shopping for birthdays and anniversaries and celebrations and all these different occasions where you usually buy a gift. If you haven't really been paying attention all year or listening to what they're saying, it's really hard when time is winding down and you don't know what to buy. I would encourage you to just get a little notebook. And every time you hear your partner or your spouse say something they like, "Ooh, I would love to have that," or "Ooh, I love that restaurant," "Ooh, that's my favorite color," write those things down. You don't even have to say anything to them. You can even act like you didn't hear anything they said. Take your notebook, write it down. So when those special occasions come around, you can begin to buy those things. You don't know how much that will warm their heart when their birthday comes around and you get them something that they said months ago that they would love to have. They like, "Wow, you heard me. You remembered. You put some thought into this. You care about me." That shows them that you love them. Last, ask a friend or family member to help you. If you don't know what your partner would like, how it usually works when we get into relationships or when we get married, more often than not, our partner or our spouse usually have a different love language than us. And even if their love language is not different, the way we want to be shown love in that gift is different. Asking a friend or a family member to help you means a lot, because that family member may know them a little better about the things that they like because they've been buying them gifts for a while. Or maybe that friend that they have a close, intimate relationship where they kind of express the things that they would love to have with them. They can help you. They give you perspective on something you maybe didn't notice, maybe something you didn't hear or pay attention to, because a lot of times when it's not our love language, it's hard to miss. I kind of notice the things that involve my love language, the things that make me feel love. But what we have to learn to do, and the reason why we're talking about this is because you want to learn the way your partner feels love, what makes them feel love, what their love language is, because you can't show me love or make me feel love the way that you feel love. If physical touch is my love language and quality time is your love language, and all you want to do is go hang out and I want to just snuggle and cuddle on the couch, we're missing the mark. I have to begin to learn how to show you love from your love language, and you learn how to show me love from my love language, and we're both meeting each other's needs. But I can't expect you to feel loved by showing you my love language. I have to show you yours. So I have to be intentional in that. I have to be thoughtful in that. I have to take the time to find out what that looks like. Okay, so now what we're going to discuss is what not to do with these different love languages. If your partner or your spouse's love language is words of affirmation, Do not yell at them. Do not criticize them. You can't hurt a person more that has this as their love language than yelling or criticizing them. It just shuts them down. You have to pay attention to your tone. It's not only about what you say to a person with this love language, but it's how you say it. Don't say things you don't mean. When people have words of affirmation as a love language, they hold what you say to a high esteem. If you say it, you have to mean it. They're looking for that. That shows them you love them. But when you say something and then you do the opposite of what you're saying, it just canceled out what you've said to them. Quality time. If your partner or your spouse's love language is called quality time, don't be distracted by your phone. When they're trying to talk to you, have a conversation with you, a one-on-one, talk about something meaningful or important to them, do not be distracted by your phone. Put the phone down. Put it on Do Not Disturb. Put it on the charger. Whatever it is to keep your eyes off of the phone, don't be distracted by your phone. Not planning. If your partner has this love language, you have to be intentional with the time that you guys spend together. If you guys know you go on a date night every Friday, I don't want you to wait till Friday morning and text your partner or your spouse and say, what you want to do tonight? As if you didn't know we had a date night every Friday. Take the time out to make the plans. You decide if you're going out to eat, you pick the restaurant. You decide where you're going. You make the reservations. If you guys have little kids, you call and schedule a babysitter. Don't leave that to your partner or your spouse if you know this is their love language. And I'm not saying you have to do this all the time, but it would really show them how much you love them and how much they mean to you when you take the time out to plan. Being indifferent or ignoring what your partner is saying. If they're talking to you and you guys are having this meaningful conversation, this one-on-one time, don't be indifferent. Don't act like what they're saying means nothing to you, like you're out in space, like your body is physically there, but your mind is somewhere else. And don't ignore them. Don't get on your phone. Don't watch the game on the TV. Don't twiddle your thumbs. Be in tune to what they're saying. Listen to what they're saying. Listen to how they're saying that they feel and pay attention. It would mean so much to them if you are in the conversation, if you are listening to them and hearing them. Physical touch. If your partner or your spouse's love language is physical touch, don't be distant or cold. If you guys are sitting down on the couch watching a movie together, don't you be on one arm of the couch and they're on the other arm. Be close. Be intimate. Snuggle up. Cuddle. Whatever that looks like for you guys. But don't be distant or cold. Spending time together, but there's no physical contact. If your love language is quality time and you guys are hanging out doing something that you love to do, but your partner's or your spouse's love language is physical touch, don't just be out having fun, but you're not having any physical contact with them. Touch them. Hold their hand, rub their back, put your fingers through their hair, whatever that physical contact looks like. But don't spend time together and there be no physical contact, because now you're not meeting their love language. You're not showing them that you care about them. You're not making them feel loved. Don't say, I wasn't raised that way. That's a big thing in relationships when we feel like we're not doing what we should be doing, or we feel like our partner or spouse is missing the mark. Don't use that as an excuse to say I wasn't raised that way, because a lot of us weren't. A lot of us weren't shown that physical touch. A lot of us did not receive hugs or kisses or pats on the back, or, that may not be a normal thing to us because we didn't see that growing up and we didn't experience that. But we have to learn how to do something different. You have gotten in this relationship or committed to this marriage, and this is the person you love, and you want to show them that you love them and how much they mean to you. Now we have to do something differently. I have to show you that I love you the way that you need to be shown love. If physical touch is your love language, even if I didn't see that growing up, even if I didn't receive that growing up, now I have to do something differently. What does that look like for you? What would you like me to do? Because even if it's new to you, you can find out from your partner what it is that they need. Maybe you need them to be more specific in what that physical touch looks like. Because a lot of times people hear this physical touch love language and they automatically assume sex. This is not always sex for a person with this love language. Some people like to be cuddled. Some people like to be hugged. Some people like to get a kiss every day. Some people like you to rub their back or give them a massage or rub your fingers through their hair. Ask your partner or your spouse that has this love language what it is that they need from you. What would that look like? If this is new to you and you kind of really don't know, you kind of awkward to you because this is not something you've always done. Have a conversation and ask your partner, what does this look like for you? What would make you feel love? What kind of physical contact or physical touch can I give you? Acts of service. If your partner or your spouse has the acts of service love language, don't add more to their plate. Please, if they're already making the meals and doing the laundry and working full time and taking care of the kids and running their own business and keeping the home clean and doing the yard or whatever that looks like, because this can be men or women. These love languages are not one sex. Both woman and man can have any of these love languages. So don't add more to their plate. Take off their plate. Help lighten the load. Don't add more load. Don't assume they don't need your help. People that have the love language of acts of service, they can do a lot of things very well. It can look like they have it all handled, like they're good and they got it all and they don't need any help. But if this is their love language, even if they have it all, even if they're doing it all well and it doesn't look like they need your help, help them. Ask them, what is it that I could do to help you? What is it that I could do to lighten your load? I know you got it. I know you do all of what you do well, but I want to show you how much I love you by helping you do these things that you do so well. Okay? So don't assume that they don't need your help. Don't not ask what they want you to do. As we discussed this love language earlier, I told you guys, don't assume what you should be doing. Ask them, ask your partner or ask your spouse what exactly it is that you could help them with. What could you specifically do to lighten their load or help them with all that they have going on? Don't just jump in and do something just to say you did something. Ask them what it is that they could do to help you specifically. Last one, receiving gifts. Do not, I repeat, do not buy gifts without thoughtful meaning. Your anniversary rolls around. You stop by Walmart before you come home and grab something real quick just to say you got something. If your partner or your spouse's love language is receiving gifts, you might as well shouldn't have bought anything. You have to put thought into what you get people that have this as a love language. It doesn't have to cost a lot. It does not. It just has to have some thought behind it. I was thinking about you. I knew you would really like this. I knew you would really enjoy this. I knew this would mean a lot to you. This is why I bought this for you. Don't forget birthdays and anniversaries. You know your partner has the same birthday every year. If you guys are married, you have the same wedding anniversary every year. It does not change. Put it on your calendar, put it on your refrigerator, put it on your phone, tattoo it on your arm if you need to, but do not forget birthdays or anniversary. If your partner or your spouse has receiving gifts as their love language. Even if their love language isn't receiving gifts, don't forget their birthdays and their anniversary. But for this person, this means everything to them. You could hurt them to their core if their birthday or you guys' anniversary rolled around and you didn't even think of them. You didn't even consider them. It didn't even cross your mind what they would want or what they would like to have. When you know your partner's love language, it not only helps you learn what to do, but it also shows you what not to do. So if you have not already, I encourage you, check my show notes out after you listen to this today and go ahead and take the quiz. And this could be something exciting for you guys to do on a date, on your next date night, an excuse to get out. Prioritize date night, y'all. But this could be something fun and exciting for you guys to do. You can do each other's tests. You sit across from each other and you ask your partner or your spouses the questions that are on the love language quiz. And you guys figure out what each other's love language is and what you can do to make your partner feel loved. Man, this will set a new tone in your relationship because now you're doing those things specific to your partner or your spouse. You're not doing what you think will make them feel love, but you're doing those things that you know make them feel love. And I also want to encourage you, if you guys are already married, if you've been dating or engaged for a while, and maybe you guys knew each other's love language in the beginning, but things seem to be different. You guys, we grow and evolve all the time. My love language when me and my husband got married at the age of 21 is not the same now that I'm 32. We grow and evolve all the time. So maybe sometimes you need to redo the love language, even yearly if you need to, or every couple of years, and find out what my love language is now. Maybe I enjoyed receiving gifts in the beginning, but that's not my thing now. Acts of service may be my thing now. Maybe we have a lot going on in the season of life we in, and I need someone to help me lighten the load. I need you to take some things off my plate. And that's okay. That's a beautiful thing to continue to grow and evolve. I wouldn't expect you to be the same person that you were 5, 10, 20 years ago. So that's perfectly okay. But redo the quiz and find out where you guys stand today, and begin to love each other and love each other well. Don't love your spouse or your partner the way you think they want to feel love, but find out exactly what shows them or makes them feel loved, and go do that. Our scripture for today is coming from Romans 12:10. Be devoted to one another in love. Honor one another above yourselves. Amen. So you guys, when you leave today, I want you to think about your partner or your spouse above yourself. Meaning, I'm not going to do what I think they want me to do. I'm not going to do what makes me feel love, but I'm going to find out what makes them feel love. And now I'm going to begin to do that. I'm going to set a new tone in my relationship. I'm going to set a new tone in my marriage. I'm going to begin to show my spouse or my partner, not only in words, but in my actions, on how much I love them and how much I really do care about them. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Follow me on Facebook at Demo with Mo. If you have any questions you would like answered here live on my podcast, email them to me at demowithmo@gmail.com. That's DEMOWITHMO@gmail.com.